Thank you for joining us. My name is Megan Waters. I'm here with Armstrong's Neighborhood Channel, and we're at Me Again Boutique. Would you folks like to introduce yourselves?
I'm Tammie McElhinny, and I am one of the mastectomy fitters here at Me Again Boutique. And this is Gary Svets, who...
Small Business Jumpstart Facilitator. Our program starts next week, Wednesday in Meadville, 6 to 8 at the Chamber office. So there's still time to sign up for that. And that information will be at the end of the show, so you can contact us.
Perfect. As you know, we have been working with some of the Small Business Jumpstart alumni and following their journeys into their businesses, whether it's a new business or something that they've expanded. This is a brand new boutique here in this space, and Tammie is joining us to talk to us a little bit about what they do here and the unique space that they have curated. It's really, really cute, so we hope that you stop in. It's here at the downtown mall, and they do have an exterior entrance. So again, we'll put that information here so that you can visit in person. But tell us a little bit about your boutique you've just opened up and what you're doing here for the community.
Sure. So traditionally, mastectomy services have been part wrapped up into durable medical equipment. And that's the background I have. So I'm actually a prosthetist and an orthotist. So I fit amputees with artificial limbs, and I fit people who need bracing. And as part of my job, since I was a female, I fit women who need mastectomy products. Mm-hmm. And it's always been, I think, a detrimental service to women who have to come into that situation. Mm-hmm. They need a little more feminine care. They need a little more personalized care, a little different line of care than someone who needs a brace or an artificial limb. And so my vision was always that we would have a more boutique instead of a clinical setting to provide those services. Mm-hmm. So actually, this isn't the first time I've had this business. I actually owned this in partnership with Trish Wilson, who was my retail manager 10 years ago. We were out at Cutter's Condos, and it was Me Again as well out there. And we tried it for a year, and we were just seeing how things would work. I didn't really want to go into the insurance space, but what I learned from that first time around is I do need to have insurance. Mm-hmm. So in the past 10 years, the medical landscape has changed immensely. Our industry is changing, and probably 15 years ago, there were 4 locations right here in Meadville that women could get mastectomy products, and as of the summer of 2023, there were none.
Wow.
Because everybody has just not been able to keep their doors open to provide that service with insurance reimbursement. Hence why we have a retail side and the boutique side of this service now.
Exactly.
So we really did try to focus on a nice, soft, female space that women would love to come here, maybe for a little retail therapy in addition to their medical service.
Sure. Tell us a little bit about, you talked about some of the items before, some of the things that you could come in, maybe not necessarily the medical side, but gifty things, boutiques, whether you're shopping for a friend, a family member, yourself, and some of the specialty items that you have that are exclusive.
So we're really, really fortunate to have some local artisans who have developed lines that are special for Me Again Boutique. And I'm really proud to partner with some of these people who have said yes to an idea that I have had. Mm-hmm. And we have some cut metal works. We have some bath and body products that are specially made for our store. Okay. We have some maple syrup hard candies that are made specially for Me Again, for women who maybe have a metallic aftertaste from treatments, that maple sugar is actually a flavor they can taste, and it takes the metallic flavor out of their mouth.
Yeah, that's something I learned today. So you're educating as well. Yeah. So that's great. And such an uplifting atmosphere in here. Obviously, you're all very well educated in both the technical side of things, but also the personable side of things. So I can see where you're creating this welcoming space. You know, and from the outside, it's a completely different atmosphere when you walk in. But it's nice that you're conveniently located here at the downtown mall.
It is. We're really excited to be in the female corner of the mall, I call it, because Fox's entrance is right down the sidewalk.
Yes.
And so we actually had a lady going to Fox's the other day, and she saw our door just got logoed, and she stopped in, and she was able to purchase some things that she was looking for gifts, and then realized what we did and is
Yeah.
going to come back for her services at a later date.
That's fantastic.
Yeah.
And you're providing a market for friends and family to want to support
Yes.
those women that are going through that
Yes.
experience as well.
Yes, so
So
if-
it gives them something to help them out or feel good about.
If someone, we all want to do someone when someone has a diagnosis, and we don't know how to be helpful. But really just allowing that lady to know that you're present for her and that you're thinking about her, and something small along the way goes, that thought is what the actual cherished part of it is. So we can help people if they want specific gifts for treatment. We can help get them in that direction for them to purchase something that the lady may need, or if it's just a funny little gift, we have those. I'd like to call it healing through humor. So we will have Damn It dolls, if you haven't ever heard of those. They're just a doll specifically to beat against the wall because you're so
Sure.
frustrated, and why not take it out on a Damn It doll?
Sure. And probably anyone could utilize that.
They do.
It's not specific.
Yeah.
So, well, that's great. And like I said, you're really educating the community, building a community around these ladies, not just with your group, but people in their own family, and pulling them into that care and that experience after the fact. So that's fantastic. Now, to the Small Business Jumpstart program. So you're a recent graduate and
I
alum.
am.
And tell us a little bit about what pulled you into that
A
program.
plaque and everything.
Ah, see?
Yeah.
Super official. You can
Recognition.
display.
I should have put it right on
Yes.
our
That's
mantle.
okay.
Oh,
It's in-
Gary, I'm so sorry.
You're welcome.
Well, I've known Gary since T-ball days.
Yeah.
Not us playing T-ball together,
No,
but
our sons.
our
Luckily, we have
son,
young
so-
people doing that.
yeah. Most of the community probably knows Mo, Alex,
Uh-huh.
and Sam played baseball together
Yeah.
and basketball together. And so I've known Gary for a very long time. And the first time around, I didn't have very much structure. So when I really had this idea to think, I'm going to do this seriously again, Gary was actually the first person that I thought, I got to get in touch with Gary.
Yeah.
And then lo and behold, he came around the corner at a health fair I was attending, and I said,
Eric Wynn.
ooh, I have a project for you. And he said,
Yeah.
yes. And that's the beauty of, like, anybody I've presented with an idea has said yes. And
That's
I want
great.
to be able to do that for other people, so.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I think you made a lot of connections through the
Yes.
program,
Oh.
both people that were involved, but also all the different providers and vendors that are kind of tied in to try to
Yeah.
help people in the Small Business Jumpstart. So that gave you some access, and you used it really well.
I did. I leveraged Gary's name everywhere I could. It was.
Well, I'm glad you got some help.
No, everybody has been fantastic that I've worked with.
Yeah.
All the services, getting our phones set up, our computers set up, to do it the right way, which I was very adamant that I was going to do this the right way. All of those resources were made available through the Jumpstart program.
That's great. And sometimes it's just a matter of finding those resources and asking the questions
Yeah.
and then jumping on the,
Yep.
no pun intended, but jumping on the opportunities when
Yes.
they're presented to you. So
Yes.
that's fantastic. And I know the program really caters to any type of business, whether you're a
Yeah.
startup, whether you're expanding your business. And you mentioned that you've done this in previous time in another location. What did you learn from the program this time that helped you really feel confident in trying this again in this new location?
Connecting with people and not being afraid of asking for help, asking for guidance, asking for ideas. That's what is much different from me for me this time around.
I think they say no man is an island.
Exactly.
No woman is an
No
island.
No woman is an
Yes,
island.
yes. Well, that's great, and I know Gary will continue to support you through your progress. The other alumni will continue to support you through your progress, and I think that's something that we are kind of seeing as a recurring theme through these segments is just the support network that you get not only in your class, but you can reach out to other folks that have gone through in other sessions and kind of bounce ideas off of them. And just the small business, locally owned community that we have here in Crawford County and beyond is really great. And again, something we've seen that can kind of bounce things off one another and create those connections. Sometimes they're something you wouldn't even necessarily think is a common connection. And in fact, we talked about Sherwin-Williams, and tell us a little bit about how they can support, how the community can support the boutique through Sherwin.
Mm-hmm. So we painted out the whole store with Sherwin-Williams paint, and they have come to know Maisie at Sherwin-Williams. So every time I walk in with Maisie, they're so nice, and Todd comes around and
tell our folks who Maisie is.
Oh, Maisie is our therapy and training dog.
Yes.
So she just turned 1, and she will begin her true therapy certification training, but she is at the store, and I would call her the joy of our store.
Yes.
Because I haven't met anybody who don't smile when they see her.
Yeah.
I agree.
Yeah.
I did as well.
She's a great ambassador.
So she is an
Yes.
ambassador. She's an ambassador for joy.
I would call her the therapy intern.
Intern. That's a perfect.
You know, she's working through the process.
She is.
So,
She
but
is.
she goes to the store with you.
Yes. So, and I just had an idea the other day. They were so gracious to us and with everything that we needed here. So we are running a spring campaign to make a contribution to Me Again's store. Women or friends or family can come buy a $10 card, and it will be good for a 25% off paint at Sherwin-Williams.
Very
And
nice.
we're going to run it until the first day of summer, so everybody can get their spring cleaning and spring paint jobs done. And they can come to the store, purchase the card, and then take it to Sherwin-Williams, which is about 2 blocks down.
Yep.
It can be very convenient, and Cassie, the store manager, I had an idea and walked in with Maisie, and she said, yes, we can do that. We
That's
can help with
wonderful.
that. So
Yeah.
that partnership with this local businesses is huge.
Yes. That's wonderful.
It's
So,
huge.
like you said, support your boutique here, support another local business, and they'll support you refreshing your home for the new season. So everyone will get a little piece of that pie. So that's fantastic.
Yep.
Well, did you have any trepidations going into the program with Gary? Not Gary specifically.
Yeah, not me personally. Yeah, we know each other too well to have that problem. So
You know, I really didn't. It's hosted at the chamber, and the chamber employees, Krista, Julie, Stephanie, are fantastic.
Yeah.
So that was just a bonus. So no trepidation at all.
Good.
I would say I'm a nerd. So the bigger the binder of stuff to give me, bring it on.
she doesn't travel light. When we had our meetings at the chamber, like off session, she brings everything. I believe me, that whole table gets filled up with ideas and materials.
Yeah.
Well, she's prepared.
Yeah.
She
So
is.
that's good.
So and I didn't fully use the chamber the first time around because I was 10 years younger and I just didn't think I had a lot to offer anybody else. But now you just have to ask and you figure out how you can connect with other businesses.
Yep.
There's a new business in Conneaut Lake, or they're offering a new service. Eternal Glow is offering a new service that's going to partner perfectly with ours.
Oh, wow.
So yes.
So even more things coming down the pipeline.
And it was so easy to connect. The chamber put us together, and Erica came and saw the store, and we're gonna go down and visit her.
Yeah. So, that has
perfect.
to feel good because as you're mentioning these things, you're presenting the idea and people are hopping on it.
Yes.
So that means that there are good things happening here. You've got some great momentum going into this new season with the shop. And, it includes everyone. Like you're saying, people can come in whether or not they even have a family member or a friend that is going through, the medical side of things. They can come in and support the boutique and then go get their paint. Whether or not that is
someone who's
something
just going
personal.
through a challenge. It needs to be understand that they have a support system, that they're being thought about. It could be from a distance, it could be right in their face, but it's a place to find hopefully a little something to make sure that they know they're being thought of.
Absolutely. And you
We
guys
call
are
it the thoughtful
Yeah.
gift boutique.
Yes, that's a great.
Yeah.
a
I'd
great
like
little
to hear
slogan.
the story about the Toyota van that's green
yes.
with the
Well,
big sticker on there. Me and
I
my
know.
boutique.
I'm so excited about it. It just got logoed by Sandy Steinworks yesterday by another person who said yes to just an idea I had last fall. I contacted Allison Brady at Palmera Toyota and explained to her that I have a fitter who lives in Jamestown, New York, and so it's just impossible for her to drive to this store every single day.
Sure.
But yet she has a huge heart to take care of women who need taken care of. So I asked Allison if there was a way she could partner with me for a vehicle, and lo and behold, we have access to a 2025 Toyota Sienna for the year,
Yeah.
and the Lang family and Palmero family are footing the bill for it for the year.
That's amazing.
So it's going to allow us to have a much larger footprint to help women who are compromised by treatment, who live further than an hour from our physical store, who are having transportation issues. When you're sick and you have 7 appointments to go to during the week and you're relying on family members who have to work to make sure that the bills are paid, the last thing they need to be worrying about is how do I get to my appointment to have bras.
Right.
And
Sure.
yet, as females, we know it's actually a very important part
Right.
of our.
Right. Part of a dignity
Yes.
factor there.
Yes.
So
Yes.
certainly
So it should be
you're-
the least stress
Sure.
in the journey that they are having.
Sure. It's
So that's
a very essential pick-me-up.
yep,
Again, no pun intended.
exactly.
But the thing you mentioned is that there are not a lot of providers like yourself
No.
anymore, because a lot of them got out of the business because of
Reimbursements
reimbursement.
are tough.
Yeah.
Reimbursements
So
are
your
tough.
extension, your footprint's even further
Yeah.
now, so that should come in handy.
Yeah, the cost of doing business has only increased because we have to take cybersecurity very seriously, and so that cost just elevates. But the reimbursement doesn't go along with that cost of doing business. So we have to figure out how are there other ways to generate revenue,
Sure.
and there's no way we can rely on just the reimbursement from
Insurances.
insurances to
Yeah.
be able to
But
provide
it's still
the
important
service.
to be out there and helping people.
Yeah, they
Yeah.
still need the help.
Yeah.
She still needs the help.
Sure.
So
So you're providing the
Yes.
the means for
So-
the service in the community to really invest in this,
Yes.
both financially and
Yes.
just
to
personally.
have the service available for when they need it, their wife needs it, or their mother, anyone,
And anyone can
it
be
needs to be
affected.
available.
Yep.
Yes.
Yep. Anyone, anywhere. So.
Yes.
So what are the stats, current stats for people, women with breast cancer, as far as 1 in whatever?
It's 1 in 8.
Yeah, so there's,
1 in 8. And men can have breast cancer as well. We
Okay.
don't generally see them for any types of products. But like a compression vest may be
Sure.
necessary for a man. But 1 in 8 women will have breast cancer. Now, whether or not it develops into a full mastectomy, we have become so advanced with treatments that it may just be a treatment and then they're done, or she may have to go through radiation or chemotherapy. There may be a port that's involved, which we have clothing here that makes access to ports easier and more modest. But it's definitely in the back of every woman's mind, I think. Every time you go in for a visit,
Yeah. Well.
it hangs over you until you get your results that
Sure.
it's negative.
And 1 in 8 tells us that if it's not you, it's someone that you know.
Everybody. Everybody has somebody within an arm's reach.
Yep. Yep. Well, that's why you're here, is to uplift all of those people, all of their support system. And like you said, men, women, get the maple candies if you like maple
Yeah.
candies. So
Yeah.
anyone can find something here for themselves or for someone else. And we're so excited to help spread that word. You're doing great things in the community. You're building those connections. At Armstrong, we love building connections in the community, both the physical kind that gets you your internet service and also the kind that helps support businesses and nonprofits and the folks in our community that keep it all going.
And I have a fabulous team here.
Good.
It's not just me providing this care. I have fabulous women who this is their noble purpose for their careers, is to help women. So
and by the way, women-owned businesses are about 2/3 of our program. And if you look at Meadville downtown, it's a very high percentage of women-owned businesses.
Mm-hmm.
So it's just, it's amazing how that's all come about.
Yeah.
So the networking, I think, is awesome.
Yep. Well, we appreciate the opportunity to do that networking. I know you mentioned the chamber. They have a great women's group. They have a great business after hours program and a lot of networking opportunities. Gary, I know, is very involved in that and hosts the Small Business Jumpstart at the chamber. And of course, we're well acquainted with them as well. So it's again, it all wraps up. I know I'm repeating that a lot, but it all wraps together in this support network that we're really creating in the community. So it's great to have you be a part of that.
Thank you.
You're welcome.